our relations around the world. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Questions and comments? Questions et commentaires. The honourable member for Sandwich Gulf Islands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And to my honourable colleague from Courtenay-Alberni and my friend from London North Centre, I think the debate around jobs needs to bear in mind that the #1 goal of the labour unions of Northern Alberta, the Alberta Federation of Labour and Unifor, is to protect jobs. It should be noted that those organizations are against the Kinder Morgan expansion. It should be noted they're against it because they recognize that just as shipping raw logs off Vancouver Island while our sawmills need resources to process at home, shipping raw bitumen out of Canada instead of having upgraders and refineries is shipping out the jobs. The voices of unions on this matter are, I know there's some unions that want the jobs in construction. Those are short-term jobs. The long-term jobs are in following Peter Lougheed's original plan and having upgraders and refineries. It's a mind-boggling reality that the jobs argument is so badly misunderstood in this country because propaganda seems to get away with the aura of fact, and those of us who bring fact-based critique to it are somehow clinging to a sort of a nirvana world. We would rather see Canada solve this problem by thinking like a country. And I wonder if my honourable colleague from Courtenay-Alberni wants to add anything to this issue of shipping out raw resources.
Honourable member for Courtenay-Alberni.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I really appreciate the question from my friend from Sandwich Gulf Islands. I mean, she knows all too well, as a Vancouver Islander, we've seen raw logs go up tenfold in 10 years in the name of jobs. Well, we've seen mills close. I live in a community that's deeply affected by this, with the highest unemployment rate in southwestern BC, because we've chosen to ship raw logs out of our community in the name of jobs, Mr. Speaker. Well, those jobs haven't happened. In fact, it's been the biggest job-killing practice I've ever seen. We're also building ferries because this government decided to remove a tariff to build ferries outside of our country that generated $118 million that could be used in building port infrastructure, doing maintenance and shipbuilding here in Canada, so in the name of jobs, so that it would be cheaper for ferry users. Mr. Speaker, we keep hearing about, in the name of jobs, that we need a pipeline in the name of jobs to ship raw bitumen to another country so they can refine it. Mr. Speaker, it's the spin that is killing jobs in our country, and it's misleading people. What we need is to invest in clean energy, jobs for today and jobs for tomorrow, and stop shipping our raw resources, and this rip and ship mentality has got to end. This is an opportunity right now for the leadership and the courage that young people and people across our nation are needing and so desperately and demanding.